The cell. Do you remember the definition of cell? What is cell? The cell is the fundamental unit of life, a complex structure composed of various components and biochemical processes, all working together to maintain life. According to Britannica, cells are the smallest structures unit of living matters and compose all the living things. Let's look at the part of the cell. Plasma membrane function includes the cell regulating what enters and exits. It acts as a selective barrier controlling the flow of molecules, ions, and other substances. The plasma membrane is composed of phospholipid bilayer with embedded proteins. These structures allow for selective permeability, meaning that some substances can pass through easily while others are blocked. The plasma membrane, also known as the cell membrane, is a selective permeable variable that separates the cell's interior from the external environment, regulating the movement of substances in and out of the cell. The gel-like substance that fills the cell, providing a medium for cellular processes. It contains various organelles and molecules necessary for cell function. The cytoplasm is the site of many biochemical reactions, including protein synthesis, energy production, and waste processing. It also provides structural support for the cell. Cytoplasm is the gelatinous liquid that fills the inside of cell. It is composed of water, salts, and various organic molecules. Some intracellular organelles, such as the nucleus and mitochondria, are enclosed by membrane that separate them from the cytoplasm. Nucleus function: the control center of the cell containing the genetic materials, DNA. It directs protein synthesis and other cellular activities. The nucleus is enclosed by double membrane, called the nuclear envelope, which regulate the movement of molecules between the nucleus and cytoplasm. Inside the nucleus, DNA is organized into chromosomes, which carry the genetic code for the cell. The nucleus is a pivotal organelle responsible for regulating almost all forms of cellular activities. Most every type of the cell that exists is categorized on the basis of the absence or presence of the nucleus within its cells, categorized either as a prokaryotic or eukaryotic cells, and also a nucleus is defined as a double membrane eukaryotic cell organelle that contains that genetic material. Ribosomes. Site of protein synthesis, they translate the genetic code from the DNA into proteins. Ribosomes are composed of ribosomal RNA and proteins. They can be found free in the cytoplasm or attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes are macromolecular machines found within all cells that perform biological protein synthesis. Ribosomes link amino acids together in the order specified by the codons of messenger RNA molecules to form polypeptide chains. Ribosomes contains of the two major components, the small and large ribosomal subunits. Endoplasmic reticulum, a network of interconnected membrane that plays a role in protein synthesis, folding and transport as well as lipid metabolism. There are two types of ER. Raw ER studded with ribosomes and smooth ER lacking ribosomes. Raw ER is involved in protein synthesis and modification, while smooth ER participate in lipid synthesis and detoxification. The endoplasmic reticulum is a network of membrane within eukaryotic cells acting as a transportation system and playing crucial roles in protein synthesis, folding and lipid metabolism with two main types, raw ER and smooth ER. Golgi apparatus modifies, sorts, and packages proteins and lipid for secretion or delivery to other organelles. The Golgi apparatus is a stock of flattened membrane-bound sacs. It receives proteins and lipid from the ER and further processes them before sending them to there. The Golgi apparatus, also known as the Golgi complex or Golgi body, is a cell organelle that processes and packages proteins and lipids, particularly those destined for export, and is involved in modifying, sorting, and packaging macromolecules. Mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell responsible for cellular respiration and energy production, ATP. Mitochondria have their own DNA and ribosomes, suggesting their origin from ancient bacteria. They contain enzymes that break down glucose and other fuels to generate energy. Mitochondria are organelles often called the powerhouse of the cells, found in eukaryotic cells responsible for producing energy through cellular respiration, and they have their own DNA. Lysosomes contain digestive enzymes that break down waste materials, cellular debris, and foreign invaders. Lysosomes are membrane-bound organelles that act as the recycling center of the cell. They help maintain cellular health by removing damaged or worn-out components. Ripe lysosomes are membrane-bound organelles that function as the cell's digestive system, containing enzymes to break down waste, cellular debris, and materials taken in from outside the cell, playing a crucial role in cellular recycling and defense. Peroxisome involved in various metabolic reactions, including detoxification and breakdown of fatty acid. Peroxisome are small membrane-bound organelles containing enzymes that break down hydrogen peroxide, a toxic byproduct of metabolism. They also play a role in lipid metabolism. Peroxisomes are small membrane-bound organelles found in eukaryotic cells that contains enzymes involved in various metabolic reactions, including the oxidation of fatty acid and the metabolism of hydrogen peroxide. For the summary, the cell is complex, highly organized structure with specialized components that work together to maintain life. Each organelle plays a specific role in cellular processes, from protein synthesis and energy production to waste disposal and detoxification. Understanding the function of the cellular structure is essential for comprehending the intricate mechanism of biochemistry and the basis of the life itself.